Hi class, sorry this is a few hours late. We had a little hand, foot, and mouth emergency here, so quick trip to the pediatrician, lots of screaming. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get started. So first thing I want to cover is the mid-course peer evaluations. I've had a chance to look through everyone's mid-course peer evaluation and enter that score in iLearn. If you have a 0, that is because I did not receive your mid-course peer evaluation. And no evaluation, no credit. So please, if you are one of those people that did not submit a mid-course peer evaluation this time, please make sure that doesn't happen at the end of the semester. You cannot pass this class unless you submit the final evaluation. You cannot pass. So do not forget that mid-course peer evaluation. As soon as your final paper is submitted, which is on December 12th, please make sure the night that you submit that final paper, that you submit that final peer evaluation as well. The class ends on the 19th of December, so that gives you 7 full days to make sure that is submitted. Do not wait until the 19th to submit that evaluation because iLearn will go down and I will not be able to accept a peer evaluation, and then you will fail the class. And it will be very sad, but it will not be the first time that that has happened. So if you didn't submit, don't let that happen again. Okay, second thing I want to talk about with those evaluations is one of the things that I saw was that people commented they had group members that were really agreeable and willing to work and did a great job on their part, but they were very quiet in group meetings and didn't contribute a lot during the meeting times. The majority of what they said was, sounds good, I agree with that, but they offered no new ideas or never took a leadership role. Please, if you are one of those quiet people, this is your moment. Step up, offer to submit the IRB application, offer to head up the data analysis. Quiet people, you gotta open your mouth. You can't be quiet in these group meetings. You have something to say. You have really good things to say. Please speak up in those group meetings. Your participation score will dramatically increase if you speak up in those meetings. I know it is scary. I am a quiet person. You might not know that based on these crazy videos, but I know it's scary to step up in those group meetings, but I know that you have good things to add, and I know that you can do it, so let's do it. Okay. Let's make sure that we're honest in the final peer evaluations. I had group members that would give high scores and then would let me know later that there was an issue with the group. The only way I can know that there is an issue with a group member or the group dynamic as a whole is if you tell me. Please, if there is a problem, please send me an email and let me know. I want to make sure that we're solving problems. If you have a group where you have a group member that is not participating at all, please let me know. That person will not receive credit at all. But I cannot make sure to adjust the grades accordingly unless I know what's happening. Also, on those final peer evaluations, if you have a group member that did not help or did not help as much as they should, their score should reflect that. I want to know what actually happened. Please be honest. Please tell me what actually happened. Your feedback will not be shared with your group members. All they will ever see is a point value, and that point value is an average of the scores they receive. So they're not going to come back and get you. Please be honest. Let's make sure that everyone gets the grade that they deserve. Those are the major things. Make sure that peer evaluation is submitted at the end of the semester. It will be really sad. People have failed before. Don't do that. If you're quiet, stand up, speak up, be different. You can do it. I know you can do it. And be honest in your feedback of your peers. Let's make sure that people are receiving the credit that they deserve. And if you have a group member that is just off the charts amazing, tell me about that too. I want to know about those awesome people. There is a chance that I will tell someone, if they are awesome, that their group thought they were great. I won't say who said it or exactly what was said, but I will tell them that their group thought they were great because people like to hear that. Okay, let's move on to the surveys. So the surveys have been submitted to me for feedback. I am working through that feedback. You will receive feedback by Sunday evening. I know that is going to make you really anxious because you want that feedback on the surveys before you can submit the IRB application. Take a deep breath. The IRB application will take 30 minutes at the most, like 30 minutes if you get up and get a drink and make a phone call halfway through, the IRB application is fast. So if you receive those surveys by Sunday evening, you will have time to make changes, receive approval from me, and submit that IRB application before it is due on Wednesday evening at 11 p.m. Let me clarify. The IRB application must be submitted by Wednesday evening at 11 p.m. That does not mean you need to receive your approval by Wednesday evening. You will receive your approval within 3 to 5 business days after submitting the IRB application. It is okay if that application is not submitted until Wednesday evening because you are working the kinks out on your method section and survey. It is more important to make sure that those things are excellent than it is that you turn in the IRB application on Tuesday. So take a deep breath. You will receive feedback on the survey. You will receive extensive feedback on the survey. The reason for this, please don't think, oh, Sister Suker is so nitpicky. She is so annoying. I mean, admittedly, I'm a little annoyed, but the feedback on the survey is going to be extensive because this is the only tool that you have to collect data to answer your research questions. Usually, when you write a survey, you do a pilot test, then you make corrections, then you test it again, then you make more corrections, then you test it again, then you make more corrections. This process can go on for several months. Because we don't have that, we need to make sure that these surveys are as good as they can be right now from the get-go. So you're going to get feedback, and that is okay. I am sure that you did an excellent job on the surveys. We're just going to make them we're just going to refine them a little bit to make sure that the questions are where they need to be to collect the data that you need to answer those research questions. Finally, IRB application, we briefly touched on this. The IRB application is a fast process. You submit one IRB application per group. Like I said, it will take approximately 30 minutes to complete that application and you turn it in. Please, note to self, write this on a Post-it somewhere. When you submit that IRB application, you must submit a PDF copy of the completed, refined survey with the IRB application. If you do not do that, then the IRB will kick it back to you, and that will add extra time to the IRB review process. They are going to look at your survey questions. They're going to look at them really closely. So in order to do that, they need the survey questions. Make sure you don't forget that. Groups in past semesters have forgotten that, and it is a little bit annoying for them. You should hear from the IRB within 3 to 5 business days. Usually it's 24 hours, but 3 to 5 business days is how long they say it will take to review those IRB applications. Remember, I teach 3 sections of this class, and there are 2 other teachers teaching multiple sections of this class, plus the on-campus classes, plus whatever other class is submitting to the IRB. So there are hundreds of these applications coming in. It might take a couple of days to get it reviewed and back to you. When you receive that email back from the IRB saying that your survey has been approved, please forward me that email. That is the only way that I know that your IRB application has been approved. I do not receive a copy of the approval email from the IRB itself. I have to receive that from you. And in order to get credit for the IRB application assignment, I need to know that you completed that. So please make sure as soon as you get that approval email that you kick it on back to me. If you are requesting a copy, or if you are requesting a random sample from the IRB, it will be a part of your IRB application. There will be a section where you get to request a sample. Please follow the instructions given to you by the IRB for what to do with that sample. They have very specific instructions. We need to make sure we follow those instructions so we don't get in trouble and future students can go through that same process as well. Just know you might receive approval on your IRB application first, and then several days later you will receive that sample. That's okay. That's expected. They're probably coming from 2 different people. So just keep an eye out for that. I don't need a copy of your sample. I just need that IRB approval email. If you have any questions about what's going on this week, please don't hesitate to email or text me. I'm happy to answer your questions. And if you have already emailed or texted me and I have not responded to you within 24 hours, please let me know again. My mind is a little crazy with all the hand, foot, and mouth screaming. Please send me that reminder. Thanks, and have a great week.